CBW, what I'm about to say is probably going to be controversial, but I'm not new to controversy. You see, some people might find it distasteful, and some people might find it respectful. I don't know. But whatever you find it as, you need to hear it, and you need to hear it very well and listen. And this may take long, so sit back, relax, enjoy it, eat some popcorn, have a Pepsi, whatever it may do. But you just need to hear it, so without further ado, let me just get right straight down to it. I've been hearing what all of you people have been saying at home, and trust me, I'm with you. You want Riley Bates back on your screens here in CBW. Trust me, I want Riley Bates back on the screen as well. But there's one person from keeping that happening, and that one person is the big boss himself. No, I'm not talking about our GM. That's a different person for another date and time. I'm talking about our owner, Captain Law. You see, all of this convoluted problem started way back when at a show called Royal Decree. Maybe you heard of it, because I remember it. I remember the build-up to the match. When I came into the place to sign my contract, I looked at the locker room, and when I looked at the locker room, there was... Let me just be real quick, frank and honest with you. It was dry AF. There was no talent, there was no charisma, there was no drive, there was nothing to keep this place up and going. Until I came in, and I changed the game by going up against then the unified United States champion Kurt Adams, and we pulled off one of the greatest trilogies to ever happen here in CBW history. Granted, two of the matches were in CBW, the other one was in SBW, and I know chronologically and canonly and all that, it's not in CBW the universe, but I think it should be considered, and it's besides the point. We pulled off one of the greatest trilogies. I come back into the back, and all the excitement was then there. CBW was thriving then. People got their drive. People got their charisma. People got the talent. They got everything then. And I was proud of what I'd done in my work, and I came back home to South Dakota, and then they called me up for a show called Tennessee Turmoil, and I said I'd happy to be there. And I go back to the locker room in CBW for Tennessee Turmoil, and I look, and I'm going to sound like Kurt Adams here for a second, but I was proud. I was happy because I saw all these happy, smiling faces, just like mine. And not only was I proud of the locker room and everything that CBW had become, but I was happy because I enjoyed the show. I was happy I was getting to wrestle guys I never got to wrestle. Happy that I was wrestling someone like my idol, a man that I look up to and respected, Caden Ratana. And we had one hell of a match, and I beat him 1, 2, 3 with an RBT, planted his face into the canvas, and where is he at now? The man that I grew up idolizing, a man that I respected, is now on the independent circuit, guarding over people's t-shirts because that's all he's ever good at. And you know, I could say many other things about him, but I'm just going to leave it at that because, again, that's another person for another date and time. And I beat Caden Ratana. I go on to face CJ. We all know what happened there. And I beat Chance Sullivan. That's not rocket science to do. And I came home. I came home because I was proud and happy of what I'd become. And you know, I'm just going to clear the air right here, right now. Many other people could say that they made that show, Tennessee Turmoil. Well, I can tell you what, it wasn't Kurt Adams, it wasn't CJ, it wasn't Caden Ratana, it wasn't Dalton Skull, it wasn't Chance Sullivan. And he can say it was him, but he'll deny it to the day they die that it was me. It wasn't Captain Law. It was me who made that show, both days and nights, both tapings, both shows. Hands down, it was the one, the Riley Bates, that made that show, but I digress. I come home, and then I watch the product of CBW, and I got a call to do Bound for Destiny 3. But I was displeased at what the call was about because they were telling me I need to do a ladder match. And if it was a one-on-one ladder match, I would have been fine. But it was a multi-man ladder match. And I said, really? Not in a disrespectful way, but I said, really? You're going to have the one that you Riley Bates, the one thing that helped CBW thrive, be put in a ladder match on the biggest show of them all? You could have gotten me You know, you could have gotten me a one-on-one match with someone like Aaron Blaze. We could have stole the show. Someone like Corey Lee, we could have stole the show. Give me an enhancement talent and put him in the ring with me for 10 minutes. I'll make him look good and make the fans adore and love him. Somebody? No. They gave me a multi-man ladder match, so I took it. I went into the locker room. I went at the show, went into the locker room, went to the boys in the back, and when I got there, all them happy, smiling faces that I saw when I left Tennessee Turmoil weren't that anymore. They were sad. They were pissed off. They were angry. And I'm not just talking about the boys in the back in the locker room. No, I'm talking about the production team. I'm talking about the ringside area. I'm talking about the people at catering. Everybody was so mad. And I went up to this one young upstarting kid and I said, "Hey, what's going on?" And he answered me with the most distraught voice I've ever heard in my life. He answered me. Sorry, I'm getting choked up about this too. He answered me, "It's our owner." And I was in disbelief. I was in disbelief that our owner is making all of this happen. The man who sold me into CBW, who told me that this was the place to be, who told me that this was the place where dream matches happen, is now the land of prisoners. Let me say that again. Is now the land of prisoners. You see, Captain Law, I'm not out here on this screen to say I'm back and I want a title shot for the Critical Heavyweight Championship. As much as I would love for that to happen, I'm not about that. You see, I'm back for change. Whether you're with me or against me, I'm back for change. And change isn't me taking over the show. Change isn't me being Critical Heavyweight Champion like I stated. Change is Riley Bates back on CBW screens. Because it's proven. Whenever Riley Bates is back on CBW screens, everything is thriving. When I'm not, the views go down, the clicks go down. It's proven. Aaron Blaze can state that he's the one who's making headlines and he's the one that bringing this place views and subscribers. Bullshit. It was me. Royal Decree, that was me. Tennessee Terminal, dude, you weren't there, and I said be there, and you didn't show up. It was me. Bound for Destiny 3, yeah, you probably got the spotlight for the whole entire match because that's all you are. You're a spotlight hog. But it was me who made those shows. Granted, the only two people right now who are holding up this place is you and Kurt Adams, but I'll say this. If it wasn't for Kurt Adams coming back, this place would implode like that submarine who went to see the Titanic. Because this place used to stand for Critical Backyard Wrestling. Now it stands for nothing more than Coward Backyard Wrestling. Now it stands for nothing more than Captive Backyard Wrestling. And most importantly now, it stands for nothing more than Corrupt Backyard Wrestling. Because Captain Law, you are one bad show away from looking like every other backyard wrestling organization. Hell, you are one bad storyline away from becoming the Backyard Wrestling Vince Russo. And I hate to say it because I love this place so fucking much. I put everything I have into this place. Man, this is a second home from SPW. This is a second home from South Dakota. This is a second home from everywhere else that I've been to. Because I love this place so much. I've put my blood, sweat, and tears quite literally into this place to see it fall, to see everything go to shit. Granted, I'm 1 foot in and 1 foot out the door. I can stay whenever I want and I can leave whenever I want. But I've worked my ass off too hard to see this face crumble. So there has to be change. And Riley Bates is that change. And the change is every single person in the back. And I mean person. When I say the boys in the back, the talent in the back, the production team, the ringside crew, and even catering, for Christ's sake. And that's the fourth wall broken. They need a voice, and I'm the voice. I am the voice because Riley Bates is for the people. This t-shirt may just be a t-shirt for me, but every single time I look at it, I see it as a beacon. I see it as a beacon, a sign that every single person can channel their opinions, their thoughts, and their voices through me, how they express through me, and I can relay it back onto this screen. So CBW needs change. I'm that change. And Captain Law, if you're with me, great. If you're against me, you're going to have a rough time trying to get the one of your Riley Bates to settle down and even out the odds with you. Because the standpoint of view that I see things, you're the man who's making this place crumble. You're the man who's making this place sink, and you're the man who's going to be at your fault when this place goes down. Like I said, this place needs change. I'm that change. I'm the voice for you folks at home and for every single person in the back. Because not only can Riley Bates make this place be critical once more and once again, but Riley Bates can make this place worldwide. So I'll end it how I started it. What I just said is controversial, and I'm not new to controversy. So whether you're with me or against me, whether you love me or hate me, you just heard the problem of this place. And if you want change, CBW, if you all want change, and every single person in the back, if you want change, you're looking at the one guy who can get it for you. Because Riley Bates is for the